Thank you so much, Alex, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. A quote by Maya Angelou that's very powerful that I believe in this moment we can all really relate to. We cannot recover all those patients who are currently battling mitochondrial disease, myself included. However, I do believe as a community and with proven technology, we can use tomorrow as an opportunity to make an impact and change the trajectory of a lot of young Australians' lives through the IVF technology of leveraging mitochondrial donation. For those of you who I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Rebecca Patterson, a fellow Australian who battles mitochondrial disease, owner of Girl with the Green Bow, a blog and merchandise store to raise awareness for mitochondrial disease, and a chronic illness advocate. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of sharing my story with everyone here today and shedding some light on how the legislation of mitochondrial donation would directly impact Australians waiting to have children. I was diagnosed 5 years ago with mitochondrial disease at the age of 19. I was hairdressing full-time, loving life, and invincible like any 19-year-old, and the only thing I feared was having to cook myself dinner that night because I wasn't the greatest cook. One morning, I woke feeling fine but had no voice, or a very husky voice. Confused and just thinking I was getting a cold, I went on to college and pushed through the day as I was due to go on a cruise for 4 days with my family. Unfortunately, my voice didn't come back, and on the 5th of April 2016, I went to work for my evening shift and was sent home. Little did I know this would be my last night standing behind the chair, a very popular term known by my fellow hairdressers. For weeks this went on and my body just kept becoming more and more fatigued. Laryngitis was a common diagnosis in the beginning, which then led to pericarditis and then mild heart attacks. Fortunately, this time when getting sick, I wasn't giving up until we had some sort of answer, as this had been going on for years. I couldn't breathe. I was so fatigued, I struggled to go to the toilet without needing a lay down afterwards, and I still had a husky voice. All of this on top of an ongoing constipation battle, a constipation battle that would see me not opening my bowels for an average of 4 weeks at a time, my longest time without movement being 7.5 weeks. Now, after 2 months, I was referred on to a heart and lung specialist who done endless tests, partnered with a neurologist, and conclusively, after months of testing backwards and forwards, came to the conclusion I was battling mitochondrial disease. For me personally, I was in denial. It hadn't sunk in, I was battling a terminal illness and just kept telling myself, I'll get better eventually, it'll be okay. For my parents, this wasn't the case. The research began and the sleepless nights were right there to partner with it. This is exactly why we need to implement preventative measures where we possibly can. It hit me like a brick wall and sent me spiraling when I was admitted to hospital again for the second time for a number of days and was told if I didn't go, I wouldn't live to see the outpatients list, which was only a 12-month wait. This is where my journey began. This is where I went through the grieving process, the depression, the anxiety, the questionable state of mind, all while watching my parents fall apart and continuing to blame themselves. The days where I'd literally sit on the couch all day and think about the days where I dreamt of having children, dreamt of being a hairdresser, dreamt of living my life like every other 19-year-old I knew. Fortunately, I have worked with an absolutely amazing GP who has managed to stabilize my health, get me into an exercise routine, and has assisted me in moving my body so I don't lose it. Now, I am grateful. Now, I have the perspective that everything happens for you and not to you. There is a way to have children, we just have to legalize it first. There is a way to still work, it's just not in the industry I once dreamt I'd be in. But heck, this one is so much more rewarding for me. There is a way to live like other people around my age. I just had to change my community and my perception of normal. How is this change of heart and change of mind made possible though? By one simple solution, who we are all very, very familiar with, through the most valuable and honourable source for Australia, the Mito Foundation. Before I go on to speak about Mito donation, I think it is important to first address the role of the Mito Foundation. Address the fact that none of us would be here as a community today if it wasn't for the Mito Foundation of Australia. In a dark place, this beautiful community of selfless people came to lift my spirits, connect me to a world I never knew existed, but more importantly, helped me get involved. One by one, through different activities, I got to meet different members that worked for this organisation, and just to outline a few of the highlights I've experienced so far with them are becoming an MCAT member, and for those unfamiliar, this is a Mito Community Advisory Panel member, a voice for my state, Queensland. Connecting to so many other like-minded individuals who are so similar in so many ways, but yet so different. Meeting the staff in person at information days and having that interaction and yearly update alongside the information sessions. Being selected to attend the Rare Voices Summit for chronic and invisible illnesses. Co-hosting the 10-year anniversary gala event in Brisbane alongside another Mito warrior, Mel McCauley. Speaking with MPs in regards to the mitochondrial donation legislation. And we could be here all day long if I was to list every single highlight I have had. The point though is that this foundation has the highest level of integrity, not only at the top, but through every single member working and representing them. As mentioned just before, I've been actively involved with speaking with MPs in regards to mitochondrial donation. I've spoken with newspapers, I've preached on my social media and blogging accounts, and have spoken deeply with so many people in so many different expertise throughout Australia. This is a topic within the mitochondrial banner that I am most passionate about. Why? Because one day I hope to have children, but refuse to let them suffer through this heartbreaking illness. Now I'd like to take the time to speak to you all about why I'm so passionate about this change, why I'm fighting so hard, but also what this means to me beyond this legislative change. In Australia alone, we know there are a number of people waiting for this legislative change. We can't wait forever, as our window of opportunity will close. We have this community waiting to start their families. We as Australians have this many people waiting on a community to say we can finally have a family without our children suffering. So many of our community feel that they don't have a voice, that they are stuck in their current situation, and that they don't have the support from the hierarchy to help them out. This exact reason is why I'm so passionate about this topic, why I'm so driven to make a change in the way we view this legislative change. This legislative change isn't just fixing the illness. This legislative change is fulfilling dreams. It's giving families that lost all hope from a diagnosis hope again, and is putting preventative measures in place to stop suffering where it can be stopped on our children. What does life look like for me beyond legislative change? Maternal integrity, tenacity, opportunity, change, hope, objective, not giving up, drive, respect, intention, ambition, love, devotion, option, nurture, alive, thankful, important, offspring, and no suffering for my child, the most important after all. This is just a brief of what this would mean to me. Legislation of mitochondrial donation fulfills my dreams of becoming a parent, fulfills my parents' dreams of becoming a grandparent, and fulfills my partner's dreams, most importantly, of becoming a father. You see, the legislation of mitochondrial donation isn't just affecting one person in a family. The decision that now lies in the hands of an authority higher than ourselves affects not only the mother of the child, but the other parent, his family, her family, and extended family and friends. So why don't we start where we are, use what we have, and do what we can? Thank you.